Saquon, I'm curious. You had that moment with Jalen Carter before the Saints game, and how he played after that. What have you seen from him throughout the year, and how much influence he has on this team?
He has a big influence on his team. He's one of our better players, one of our best defensive players, and he plays. When he's out there, he's just unstoppable. You got to count for him, and just seeing his growth, his leadership growth, and his maturity throughout the season, how it's improved, and being on the outside of being a fan of his game and going against him, seeing what he's able to bring. So we're going to continue to need him for the rest of this run.
What went into that moment? Why'd you feel like you needed to go up to him, and have you seen him have confidence after that too? And
I don't think like me going up to him had confidence. I think he had the confidence already. But being a leader on his team, it's part of our job to go out there and find people that we know is going to be able to make a game-changing play. And I knew he was capable of doing that, so I kind of went up to him and just let him know, like, hey, it's time. Like, it's a moment, and he was more than ready for it.
What does it mean to you on some of those long runs to see star receivers like AJ and Devontae blocking downfield for you?
It's big. It's team football. I've said it multiple times. One of my favorite quotes from Coach Sirianni is, "You can't be great without the greatness of others." And you look at any long run throughout the season, any big play throughout the season, you see multiple guys making big plays.
Did you ever get a kick out of seeing how quickly some of the offensive linemen or Jalen will put up the touchdown sign on your
Yeah. We probably got slowed down a little bit on that. They're throwing up a little too fast, but it just definitely helps knowing the confidence that those guys have in me, and look forward to continue to do that.
What has Jalen meant to the success you've had this season?
It's been big. I wouldn't say it's only Jalen, but it's all those guys. Every single individual over there, from starters to Kenny to Will, the success I've had this year. It's like I said, you can't be great without the greatness of others, and the way that they push me, the way that they have confidence in me, helps me and makes me want to go out there and play at a high level.
Jalen said the other day, basically, nobody's been able to shut you down this year. But if anybody came close, it was the Commanders in the second half of that last game. What did they do, and how do you go about not letting that happen again?
I think they sold out on the run, and it worked for them in the second half. I think during the scheme of things, we still put up 37 points and had the opportunity to win a football game, and ended up in our hands, and we didn't do that. So, we're prepared for whatever they're going to bring. From here on out, any team going against us, the explosive plays that we had running the ball throughout the season, statistically, I think we're one of the best rush teams. So we know that it's going to be a key focus on a lot of teams for especially Washington coming up. But whatever they want to do, we're ready for it. And at the end of the day, our mindset is just winning football games. So however it looks and whatever it takes.
Saquon, first time being in this position, one win from the Super Bowl. Have you thought about that or put that in perspective in your own way?
Yeah, I thought about it after the game. I kind of let my day be Monday, to appreciate it, soak it all in, but watch it at the same time too, and get locked back in and get focused.
So when you mentioned this year specifically, you've talked to some other great running backs in the past, get advice or whatever, Marshall Falk, things like that. Who are like two or three that you maybe talk to, and what do you kind of get out of conversations with them?
Yeah, I think this year consistently it's kind of been Marshall here and there. I reach out to him. Edwin James gave him some great advice early in this year. That's probably the first two that comes to mind right away. But that's the beauty and the blessing of playing in the league and being a successful back in the league. You get a lot of love from the older guys, and I'm pretty sure there's many guys that I could reach out to and give them great advice.
There are a lot of talk about records with you. There's been talk about it all year. Terrell Davis's record is the most with playoffs combined, but he also had, I think you two are the only 2,000 rushers that have won playoff games now. To you, being the 2,000-yard guy and being a Super Bowl champion, what would that mean if you could duplicate that feat from him and beat his record at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing. It's something that I guess helps with the legacy play, like with my name and being mentioned, what I want to do, what I want to accomplish in this game. But that doesn't happen if we don't take care of what we got to take care of this Sunday. So focusing more on that, and I'm aware of what the record is and how far, how close I am. But like I said, win and move on. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's important. Numbers don't matter. One thing that matters is winning.
I remember way back when you first got here, one of your first takeaways from practice was looking in the huddle and seeing all these other star players with you. The fact that you've kind of become the big focal point of this offense, even with all those stars, does that mean something to you?
No, because I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it that way. I think that I think football is the best sport, and I've loved it since I was a little kid. And the main reason why I loved it is obviously I have passion for it, and it's something I want to do. But I think it's the greatest team sport, and I think people get lost in that. We forget about that. We'll talk about a quarterback play, and we'll have quarterbacks go against each other. And like this week, I'm pretty sure the media is talking about Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes' record against each other. But that's not it. That's not how the game is worked. The game's a team sport. You could have 9 guys all on the same page and 2 guys are not on the same page. The play won't work. So I don't look at it as who's the stars. Obviously, it comes with it. You might have media deals, you might have commercials, you might have followers on IG. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how you compete as a team. And if you don't have a great team, it don't matter. You won't be successful. And I think I'm a prime example of that right now.
I know it was only walkthrough, but how did Jalen look, and what are you expecting out of him on Sunday?
I'm expecting Jalen to be Jalen. He's going to show up for us. He's going to make plays. He's a winner. He got that it factor, like I've said multiple times. And it's on us to go out there, too, and step up. We all got to step up, everybody. It's an opponent that we're familiar with, and they're familiar with us. And, they're playing great ball right now. Got a lot of confidence over there, too. So it's going to take all of us to go out there and win this game on Sunday.
Like on that 78-yard touchdown run you had, you were obviously pretty fired up. You hit your helmet a few times. Was that one of the most exciting times you've ever been, ever had in a football game?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite touchdown so far of my football career since I was a little kid. Just the moment, the timing of it, the conversations that I had with myself, the stuff that I've been working on, it kind of all just came together in that moment. But also taught me a lesson too which I was still focused, but teaches you a lesson that even in that moment, there's still 4 minutes, or how much time is left, and before you know it, we're at the mercy of Matthew Stafford driving down the field. So, yeah, one of my favorite moments, but it's playoff football. You got to make the play and move on.
Have you watched yourself in
Have
the
you watched
head?
it much? Just to follow up, have you watched it a lot? I mean, it's everywhere. The clip is everywhere.
I've watched it in film, and I've seen clips on IG. I've seen, my favorite one I've seen is, the NFL Films one, and they have, the old school music behind it. I think that's cool to me because I remember being, however old I was, watching NFL films and hearing music like that and watching, the top 10 rushers of all time or the top 10 this and top 10 that. And so I think that was probably, the coolest one I've seen so far.
Hit yourself in the head.
I don't know. Now that I go back and look at it, I don't know why I was doing that. I was crashing out, as the kids would say.
How are you feeling physically coming off, a game with that many carries, playing in the snow? Just how do you feel?
I feel great. That's what I train my body for. That's what I trained all season, what I trained during the season. So, yeah, the amount of touches, the however many yards I've had, the point of the season that we have, I feel great. I feel really good, and I'm excited for Sunday.
Obviously, the stakes will be higher, but even just playing a division rival for a third time in a season, how do you balance the intensity that game will have with, kind of make sure that you are within, I guess, keeping control of emotions and stuff like that?
Fortunately, I've been a part of it. Unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of it, playing the team 3 times. And, I think in those games, what matters the most is it really comes down to who wants it more. All that, how everyone's playing, how confident you are. I've been on the side where, we just beat Minnesota, number 2 or number 3 team or seed, I forgot what they were, on a road win. And, we came in to Philly with all the confidence that we're going to come win that football game. And before you know it, we blinked, it was 28-0. So these games are going to come down to what football's all about. You got to establish the line of scrimmage, create turnovers, don't turn the ball over, make explosive plays, and find a way to get in the end zone. and stop them from getting in the end zone. So everyone could get caught up with emotions and division rivals and this stuff like that. All that stuff is just nonsense. It don't matter. It matters what you do on the football field.
You guys had turnovers early in the season and a bad takeaway margin at the bye week. Why do you think that problem was solved and you guys turned that around?
Nick Sirianni and Coach Singleton, they beat in the head. The ball. Every week, every day of the week, we start practice or start film with ball security. And we know the stats behind it. If you take care of the ball, the chances to give you to win football games, knowing that even if you do turn the ball over, you still could win. But ball security, the drills, just our scout team, I'll probably say that's probably the biggest thing too. Our scout teams we got some really good players on scout team right now, to be completely honest, that hopefully, one day they get their shot and they get their chance. But the way that they attack the ball, sometimes it's harder to go against those guys than it is against other teams.
Anyone in particular stand out on the schedule?
I mean, there's so many of them. First one probably for me would be Trot because he's a linebacker, so I see him the most. But there's so many of them. All those guys, they do a really good job of, attacking the ball, playing with speed. Sometimes the looks are harder against them than it is on Sunday.
AJ said that's been elevated even since the playoffs started in terms of focusing on making sure you guys don't give the ball away. How does it get elevated? Just mentioned even more, or the jabs we see it in practice.
Yeah, I think it's mentioned more, the jabs, but the beauty of it, we've been doing it all year. Obviously, I know we weren't as successful in the beginning, but even when we weren't as successful, we still were being in the head. So when you get to the playoffs and you get to big-time football, you fall back to the basics, you fall back to your details, and you fall back to what you've been doing all year long. So it just transferred over for us in the playoffs, and we got to continue to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, AJ, after the game on Sunday, you were really excited about the 2 blocks you had on those long touchdown runs. Are you taking more pride in that this year than you ever have before?
Especially around this time, because you never know when whoever's in the backfield can take it all the way, especially Saquon. So, and you don't know if your block may be the deciding factor of if we score or not. So,
Have you worked on that a lot this year?
Yeah, we always working on it as a group. It's a want-to thing, and right now it's now or never. It's whatever it takes. So.
Your last matchup with Marshawn Lattimore, I remember after the game you were pretty excited about that matchup, going back and forth with them. What do you remember from it, and are you excited for this Sunday?
Yeah, it was just 2 guys just competing at a high level, challenging each other. Not gonna get into it's not like a me versus him battle. It's just the Eagle versus the Commander. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So.
From a more general standpoint, when you're facing a team for the 3rd time and you're extremely familiar with their personnel and vice versa, does it become even more of a chess match in like kind of your individual matchups with guys in their secondary because they're familiar with you, you're familiar with them?
Yeah, we both know each other. They can play to your strength, however you want to play it, but it's going to come down to who's going to make the play when it matters the most. Most importantly, playing the team 3 times or the first time and in this atmosphere. So in this game, this magnitude, it's going to come down to making plays.
How much is there a part of you? I think the only 2 games where you had fewer yards than these last 2 was Titans, 2 playoff games with Titans. You had maybe 9 yards in your second year. How much is there a part of you that says that doesn't happen 3 times in a row in your?
I can't worry about what happened in the past or even these past 2 games. I only can look at the film and learn from it. And it's just kind of how the game's been going. Like I said, after the game, I'm okay. We won. I had some incredible blocks for the spring touchdown. So regardless of if the numbers are not there, I know people care about that. But right now, none of that matter. It's all about getting that win at the end of the day. So it don't matter.
With that blocking, AJ, when you have a back, and you've had Derek before and Saquon now, when you have a back that can hit that home run, does that help you focus in even more? when you know-
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's magnified because he's a home run hitter at any moment. You know, that's equivalent as me running a go ball and catching a ball down the sideline for a touchdown. You know, all I know is if he get past the line and I got my guy, he's gone. And that's important to our room, important to me. So it's just as I'm catching a go ball. So
When you did watch the film back from the Rams game, I know you mentioned the conditions might have played a factor in some of the missed opportunities, but what were your takeaways watching it back?
that damn snow. Yeah. It was tough. It was tough. A lot of opportunities left out there. I'm not the one to make excuses, but I hold on to that ball 99 times. You know, but it happens. It happens, and you know when stuff like that happens, you know your attention to detail has to go up. And, you know, in that moment, you know, I slipped. So, I mean, you know, I'm human. It is what it is. But I still have all the confidence in the world within myself and, you know, my guys, my teammate, my quarterback. So, it is what it is.
You said after the game on Sunday you feel like you're starting to feel better with the knee. Obviously, you had a few more days now. Just how are you feeling physically?
Feeling better. I'm getting better. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah.
About Slay, I'm sorry, from his own admission, there's not a lot of gas left in the tank in his career. He's a unique guy. You practice against him, locker room training. What's your perspective on him as a teammate and player?
As a teammate, he's probably one of the best teammates in the locker room. He's probably up there. As a player, man, you know, I think he's a Hall of Fame player. Yeah. Still playing at a high level, wants to compete, loves to challenge us, and most importantly, like I said, it goes back to him being a great team player who talks to us about what DBs like to do. He's willing to spread knowledge, and you know he's an all around great guy. He's probably one of the funniest guys in his locker room. So yeah, and he has Odell Beckham tatted on his leg. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's him and Kobe Bryant. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Seen that stat.
You have won the NFC 3 times. What makes you confident that there will be a fourth time on Sunday? Do you have a feeling towards Sunday, or you don't give anything about the feelings before the game?
No, the feelings will be removed. It's gonna come down to making plays, and you know, but we are confident in ourselves, in the talent that we have in the locker room, the coaching staff, and it's just gonna come down to executing and making plays. So, you know, we're gonna remove the feelings out of it and just play ball.
How much pride do you guys take in winning the takeaway battle? Obviously, you don't want to give the ball away, but you're up 6-0 in turnovers this offseason. And it was a problem earlier in the year, and it really is a solved problem. How much pride do you guys take in that as a team?
You know, I can't say that we have it down packed, you know, but that's something that we're going to continue to work on because it's so pivotal in these games, and we're not trying to be the one to turn the ball over, and just trying to focus. That's another thing that we're pay attention to detail, and it goes up, especially in these games, because it's so pivotal, and you know that changed the entire game, and so.
There's some questions about Jalen after he got banged up in the third quarter there. What are you expecting to see out of him on Sunday?
I'm expecting him to come out and just, you know, do what he does. And, you know, he's a warrior. So he went out for a little bit. You know, they said Kenny was warming up. We looked up, and he was warming up. So that tells you everything about him. That doesn't surprise me. And if he is, I don't know. But in that game, you know, he came back in the game, and he finished the game. So, you know, so it says a lot about him.
When you're in a game of this magnitude, are there nerves? And if so, how do you keep them down?
No, it's no nerves because it comes down to what you do on a daily basis. You know, all that get removed when you continue to work hard on a daily, put those deposits in, and it's just football. It's just a football game. At the end of the day, you know, it's it's big. The magnitude is big, but it just you can't worry about none of that because so much is out of your control, and all you can focus on answering the call when your phone rings. So
We'll take two more.
What kind of read do you have on the mentality of the team this week?
Just excited for this opportunity that's in front of us. I'm gonna leave it at that.
You've been with Jalen for 3 years now. Has he shown you anything different this year as opposed to maybe like 2 years ago when you guys went to the Super Bowl the last time?
In regards to what?
Just like his demeanor, the way he plays, the way he improved his game since then?
Yeah, I think this year, I think he's been doing an incredible job of not turning the ball over, making really good decisions. I know he get grilled for it sometimes, but he's been doing a great job, and we're gonna need him to keep doing a great job. Yeah, so thank y'all.
Makes my job easier. In the back end. Which is it's always good as a defensive back to have a good D line. We got a lot of good guys up front, especially him.
What has there been like a wow moment? I know you got your eyes on a lot of things. But.
Yeah, I think watching that play last week when he got that sack on Stafford, in that 2-minute drive, him kind of faking a stunt. They've been sliding to him, so he faked the stunt, got the center to turn his head, and came right back for the sack. I think. He's made a ton of plays, but that one was probably one that stands out the most. It's so recent.
You ever see a guy pick up a guy like that and just kind of hold him?
Oh, nah. Actually, I saw a clip of him doing it in college.
Oh, okay.
But, no one else.
Does it make your job easier at all?
Having him up front?
Any influence from interior line for you?
Oh, yeah. Especially if I'm fitting in the run game, and then if they're getting a good rush up front, limiting the quarterback's time to scan the field, definitely makes my job easier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cooper and Quinion being named finalists for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. What does that mean to you since you've helped mentor those guys?
Oh, man, it means a lot, man. It's a great achievement for them guys, man. But, of course, I ain't going to sit and say I've taken all the credit, because them guys got to go out there and execute. But I'm just appreciative, man, at the fact that them guys, took advice from me and, using on the field and use their talents to get to where they at. So, man, I hope one of them guys win.
How about you guys as a defense? When you look back at Brazil and where you were week one, how would you say how far you guys have come as a defense, and how did you do it?
Far, man, but we just did it together as one. We just make sure we all dialed into our job and our assignment and listened to Coach, and Coach got us right, and we just executed the best way we can with what we got.
This is going to be your fifth home game in a row, fifth week in a row of the home game. How beneficial has that been to the team's success?
It's been very good, man, because we love playing home, man. These fans are amazing here. And, they get us going, get us rocking, man. So it's good that we have 5 home games, man, definitely. And I ain't want to travel either, so it's even better.
We saw Quinion Mitchell leave with an injury in the last game. Coach said he was present at walkthrough. How do you think he's looking, and is he fully healthy in your opinion?
That's something that probably got to be discussed with the trainers, but to me, I'm being sure. I don't really know what was the issue with him, but I'm sure the trainers know. But, he'll figure out if he's ready to go or not.
And if he can't go, Isaiah Rodgers, what have you seen from him?
A lot. I've been down plenty of times, and Isaiah stepped up. So I missed a couple of games. He did a great job, definitely. It's always next man up mentality, but, hopefully Q's healthy, because of the fact that I like guys to be healthy. It's not really but other than that, always next man up.
You've been in the league a long time.
Too long.
So you've been around times where you play a team a third time. What do you make of the past when you play a team a third time, and what does that teach you about what you're going to see from this game?
Just that you're just basically a common opponent, man. It's just going to be it's about a team that's just go who made the least mistakes and who wants to do more, because we know each other inside and out. Definitely basically being in the division. So it's going to be a great game, man. Looking forward to it.
What's standing out about the way Jaden's playing and their passing offense is performing?
He's just been a great player, man. He's been a great player all year. This is nothing new for him right now. Like I said, I've been telling people, man, of course he's a rookie, but he's playing like a veteran. He's poised, calm, makes all the plays, makes all the throws. He got the ability to extend plays, the ability to use his legs to, get first downs, whatever he need to do to get the job done. And he's a tough kid. So, man, he's a special kid. Doing a great job over there, man. So, but it's gonna be a great challenge. So, we're looking forward to it.
Was it surprising that they beat the Lions on the road?
To me, I'm a big Lions fan because I played there for 7 years. But I wasn't too surprised because, Washington's a great team, and watching film, just knowing football, like they kind of had a hard time with scrambling the quarterback. So, I kind of had that. But I wanted the Lions to win, low key though.
Obviously, you're a veteran, but how much do you feel going into an NFC Championship game at home come Sunday?
Oh, I feel great. You know what I'm saying? Have the NFC Championship back here at the link. It's going to be lit, man, because I had my own first one here, obviously. It was fun. I had a great time. Looking forward again, man, because, like I said, this fan base is amazing. They're going to bring all the energy. Thankfully, it ain't going to probably snow, so they can hold the snowballs, but they can find something else to throw.
Did you hear the Eagles are selling the snow? Did you hear that?
I heard that. Like, what they doing? They just scooping and putting in that thing like ice cream?
I think from the picture, it looks like it's in a bucket, if I'm not mistaken.
Dang, that's crazy. So somebody gonna really buy snow?
It's sold out already.
People bought snow?
Sold out.
That's why it's the best city, man. Cause they passionate around here, man. We buying snow. I love it. I love it. You know what? Let me go pack some snow up right now, before they can go buy mine.
How about playoff moments? I mean, you guys, it just seems like there's times where moments find you. It's not like if you try to find a moment, maybe it doesn't happen, but you've had a pick in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Guys made big plays. What are those playoff moments like?
It's fun, man. It's fun, man. This is a great atmosphere, man, making big time plays and big time moments. Because in the playoffs, man, it's either, like 2 games do not go on at one time most of the time. So it's mostly like everybody's tuning into your game. So it's like the adrenaline get going, and your family that's back home that can't see you play, see you making plays or not making no plays. You know what I'm saying? But it's fun, man. I just love the atmosphere about it. It's it brings a lot of energy.
And you mentioned how Detroit had some issues with a scrambling quarterback like Jaden Daniels. From a defensive perspective, when you have a quarterback where you don't know what he's going to do in any moment, how do you prepare for something like that?
You just got to go out there, just be detailed. Always got to play as one because, like I said, he has a great ability to extend in plays. He's a threat even if he doesn't run. Just the thought that he can is always going to make you question like how to play him. So, like I said, you just got to be all together as one. All 11 of us got to be dialed in on the play because, like I said, the D-line can get the pressure they wanted to get, but if he step out the pocket and if we're not covering as good as we need to, he could extend the plays, or if we covering as good as we need to and he get to step up in the B gap and run, and so it's like it's all connected as one. So we got to all stick together and make sure we contain him very well and get the job done.
You've seen him a bunch. I know you probably have been asked about Terry McLaurin. Could you kind of give a scouting report on?
He's a great receiver, man. Been playing this game right now. I think it's year 6 for him. Every year he's developed and grown as a great player, man. I remember him as a rookie, man, when we playing against him in Detroit, being a third-rounder guy, and I just saw him just bombing people, back and forth, and be like, man, who this guy is? Now he's a scary Terry. You know what I'm saying? So he developed him a name. He's been playing at a high level, man, with multiple quarterbacks, and I found out he really, truly found him a quarterback that's going to be there for a long, long time, and I can only see him getting better every year.
Sorry if you asked this, but AJ was just talking in there. He said he thinks you're a Hall of Fame caliber player.
Yeah. Thank gas me up, AJ. Gas me up.
What does that mean coming from someone like you?
Oh, man, it's great, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I say the same about AJ because, he's a special player, man. He got many years to come in this game, and I just appreciate that because I feel like he's a Hall of Famer guy, too. Of course, he got to do more, you know what I'm saying, even though he's going to do more because he's electrifying. But, man, to hear him say that from one of the best in the game right now as the receiver position is good to hear. That's to show a lot of love and respect that he had for my game. And, man, hopefully, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think I done did enough to try to at least get my foot, big toe in there or something. So, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully, but that's why I'm on this run right now because it's something that could solidify it.